Hello, hello. Welcome to the Encouraged Overcomer podcast. I'm your host, Aisha Grove, and I am so glad that you chose to be here with me today. If you've listened to me before, then you've heard me on your favorite audio device. But today is day one of the video series of the Encouraged Overcomer podcast on YouTube. So, welcome. If you're new here, then this is actually episode 67. So, feel free to click the link in the description so that you can go back and pick a topic so that you can follow along to where we are. I have been waiting for this day and honestly dreading this day at the same time. Have you ever desired to do something so much that it felt like at the same time resistance was holding you back from actually taking action? That is what I was dealing with for a long time. I have taken a break for a while from creating episodes and putting out content. And in that time frame, I missed it. I missed that creative side. Today, we're going to talk about the first episode in this series, and it is called You Were Made to Create. We are made from the Creator in His image, and therefore, we're not meant to just be out here consuming. We are meant to create. So if you've been putting something off for a long time, and you know in your heart of hearts that this is something that you truly desire to do, and you might have a little bit of fear holding you back, or life is holding you back, then this episode is meant for you. With me, I was taking that time to just focus on other things. And before I knew it, 1 month went by and I hadn't put out an episode, and another month. The strange thing about this is that during this time where I was taking a hiatus, I was getting messages from people who listened to my podcast recently, and they would say things like, "Hey, I just want you to know that the other day I listened to this episode where you talked about this, and it really helped to uplift me and encourage me. And I want to say thank you, and I want to reach out." And I've had people reach out and say, "Hey, I haven't heard an episode. I've been following you, but I just want to make sure that I'm getting the notifications." And it was difficult for me because I truly missed recording. Not because I like hearing my own voice, but because I really feel like this is a part of my calling to create impact and to help other people. I have a personal vision and dream to help over 1 million women to recover faster from setbacks, overcome their fears, and achieve their dreams. Sounds like a big feat, doesn't it? I thought so too, except when I set a smaller number and a smaller vision, I realized it wasn't big enough. We were meant to create. And one of the things that you were meant to create is the vision. The Bible says, where there is no vision, the people perish. There will be a part of you that will die if you don't take the opportunity to pour life into your dreams, into your vision. So today, I'm here not just to remind you that you were made to create. I'm here to show you, to show me that I was made to create. Right now, my heart is pounding because it has just been a long time coming. I'm excited. I'm also nervous because in the back of my head, I've had to fight the thoughts of what if nobody watches it? What if I can't help anybody? What if this is just a waste of time? And I've had to address these little things and that resistance that comes along with the vision, with the dream. So no matter where you are in your journey, you were made to create exactly where you are and as you are. And I'm going to share some stories with you today. I'm going to just open up my heart. And I hope that there's something that you can take away from today that will move you so much closer to creating that thing that you maybe told yourself you couldn't do, or you just decided that someone else was better, so you didn't want to take a chance anymore. Or it's just something that you tucked away and you need to revive again. A few years ago at work, I did an exercise with my team, and it was an exercise that I learned from a Mel Robbins program that I was taking. And she said, let's do a challenge. And it was called something else, but it was about creating something. It was about the artist in us and tapping into that side of us where we are not afraid to create, like being the kid again. So I went to work and I told my coworkers and my team, and I said, hey, I would love for us to do this together. So here's what we did. We all chose one thing that we could just be more creative in, that we could try out, that we could get into, and really put our effort and energy into it for 1 month. We committed to first picking one thing that we were going to choose to be creative with. Some people chose things like working on writing their book. I chose calligraphy. Another coworker chose knitting. A coworker chose baking, and another coworker chose creating video content. And these were things that each of us were excited about, curious about, but we also had some form of fear attached to this desire. This activity turned out to be so rewarding. We all went home. We figured out what that one thing we were going to do would be. We reported back to the team. And within 7 days of saying what we were going to do, we went out and bought the basic supplies or set up the environment in the area to make it cohesive to what we were trying to do, make us feel like we're in the creative zone. And then before the 7 days were up, we had to choose one day where we would take a short amount of time in our creative space and create. And it wasn't something that you had to have a completed project by the end. It was something that was meant to be fun. Of course, for adults, it wasn't easy. It was a little agonizing, especially for me in regards to the fact that I am still a recovering perfectionist, and I tend to have analysis paralysis. When I want to get into something, I have to fight those urges to procrastinate and to get hard on myself and put myself down when I don't get something right the first time. With the calligraphy, I'm left-handed, so that was definitely a challenge for me when I was trying to figure out how to write the letters. But It actually turned out to be so much fun. And it was something that was different because I was so used to doing things that were productive, that were performance related, that had to have a start, an end, and I had to have a complete thing by the end of it to feel like I was doing something. So this was a whole different approach that helped me to appreciate that I have what it takes to try something new that's out of my comfort zone and to be less judgmental and critical of myself when I try these new things. That exercise also helped some of my coworkers who tried these things. And my friend who started knitting was terrified. And as a joke, she would say things like, my grandma used to knit, and so she gave me this yarn and wanted me to do this, and it's just been sitting in a pile. I haven't gotten around to it, and I tried it once, and her husband joked around about it because she said it just did not look anything like what you would think it should look like. By the end of this project, she chose to continue on knitting, and she even went to sign up for a knitting class. The great thing about my project was that I signed up for a free calligraphy class at the library where I got someone who was an expert in calligraphy to stand over me like I was a kid in elementary school and physically show me how to write the letter. I felt empowered because there were other women in that room who are also learning calligraphy and who weren't afraid to mess up. That exercise taught me more about myself than about the project. Whatever you've been holding back from yourself, go and do it. You don't need fancy equipment. You need to start. So, if you're wanting to get started with this, and if you see me kind of looking here, there, and everywhere, I have my notes here. I also have my notes up on the screen above me and beside me. And so that is just me trying to stay on track. But I want to make sure that I encourage you to just go for what it is that you really, really want to do. So first, pick someone in your life that you know to create with you. Tell them what you want to do and do exactly what we did. You're going to take 7 days to go and purchase something small to get you started. Or if you have the stuff at home and you just never started, then to pull it out and put it in a space. You're going to set up the scene, a space where you know this is your space to create. Then you're going to take another day to set a timer for 7 minutes while you're in your space. You're going to just start without expectations, without pressure, telling yourself it has to be a certain thing or look a certain way. And you're going to create. That is going to free you up of so many things that you've been holding yourself back from. This simple thing of taking action is going to propel you forward to getting to not only your goals, but your dreams. It has helped me. Over these past few years, I've been doing a deep dive on personal and spiritual development, and this journey hasn't been easy, and I am still a work in progress, as we all are. But it has been a blessing in my life, and along the way, I've learned so much about people, about myself, and also about my own resilience and my ability to make something out of nothing. You have that ability to. So, you're going to do those instructions that I gave, and I will also make sure that I put a quick cheat sheet in a link in the description for you so that you can do this activity. And then when you do it, I will check back in a month on another episode. And you can, for your first time that you do it, and then your last time throughout this month, you can take a picture. You can tag me in your picture on social media. I'll make sure that my information is below. Or you can personally share it with a friend and have someone be your accountability partner. It'll only make it that much better because then you won't feel alone. And in that time, I'm here with you. The reason that I showed up today is because I'm showing up for me to be accountable to the fact that I am made to create. I don't have fancy equipment. I was thinking of so many different excuses in my head of why I shouldn't put out this first video. I don't have a full beat of makeup. In fact, I'm wearing no makeup. My hair isn't perfectly organized in a way where I look like someone that is just, wow, that you would want to be inspired by. I had an idea for like having my specific outfit and my specific thing. And I said, you know what, Aisha, it is time to create. For you, it is time to create. And it doesn't have to be an art form. It could be something specific to you that you've been holding out on, that you want to take action in. Start the business. Build that app you've been wanting to build. Write the book. Record the content. Start the health plan. Go do the workout. Take the class. Join the club. Read the book. When you get started, that action leads to creation in your life, creating more of the thing that you want. If you overthink it, then you'll look back and say, wow, 1, 2, 3, wow, months have passed on, years have passed on where you've done nothing about it. And that delay is delaying the blessings that come along with you taking the forward action. Today's the day. You only have right now. You don't have yesterday. You're not promised tomorrow. And life is short. What is that one thing that you can create? Just like we can create a lot of positive in our life, the same is true for negative things. During that time that I had that desire where it started, where I said, I want to start a YouTube channel. I want to do all the things. I want to create more content. I was feeling this momentum, like this push to do it. And at the same time, there was this pull that was holding me back, these voices that were saying, Aisha, you've already started a YouTube channel in the past and you weren't consistent with it. It did not work out. What are you doing? Why would you want to go through this again? And I had that anxiety, that fear that was just like, oh, here it's coming again. Am I going to do this? Am I going to stick with it? Do I have it in me to take this on? I was afraid to get started because I thought that if I got started, then there was a great chance that I would end up quitting, right? Like right away, almost immediately. You may have that same feeling, and it may not be specifically to this particular thing, but if you take the time to think about it, there's something in your life that you've been holding off on. Maybe you want to work towards your finances and pay off your debt. You've been putting it off. Maybe you're wanting to lose some weight and you keep saying, I'll start on Monday. I don't know what that thing is for you, but you definitely know what it is. And if that part of you has just died and you're just like, what do you mean create something? I work not even a 9 to 5. It's like a 9 to 9 and come home, eat dinner, go to sleep, wake up the next day and do it again. You were not made to work a quote unquote 9 to 5 and live for the weekends. You were made to create. And this is video 1, episode 67 of the You Were Made series. And today is You Were Made to Create. I am made to create, and I'm here showing up for me and showing up for you because I believe that every single person deserves to achieve their dreams. I believe that God has a plan for your life and that you already have the tools and the power within you to accomplish every single thing that He has set out for you to do. That's what I believe. And if you are coming from a place of defeat and setbacks, adversities, trials, tribulations, I'm here to speak life over you. I'm here to remind you that He has overcome the world and He's within you. You are an overcomer who was made to create. So don't delay. Don't overthink it. Overthinking leads to stagnation. Action leads to creation. I'll say that again. Overthinking leads to stagnation. Action leads to creation. It's time. It's time to create the things that you want in your life and more of the things you want and recreate it over and over and over and over and over again. Because our mind will recreate the things that we continue to pursue, that we put in front of us, that we continue to dwell on. And sometimes we just need to take that action and that little step to create, and that will create momentum in your life, create the belief in yourself that you can do it, and it will create habits that when you look back on where you are, where you came from to where you are, you'll realize that you are so much further than you used to be. You got this. Let's create together. Me, I will be showing up with my podcast videos for you. I will be making sure that I create resources for you to help you along your journey. My content is faith-based related. However, if you aren't a believer, I'm glad that you're here. Definitely come for the content, but stay for the blessing and the heart. I pray that I can be a light to you and encourage you today to keep going. All right. So we talked about the fact that you were made to create. First thing that I want you to do after this video is to click whichever link you need and choose that one thing that you're going to create and put it in the comments. And if you've already done something like this and you have a regular cadence of how you tackle this, put it in the comments. I would love to know how you create. What is the system that you set up for yourself and the environment? I would love to hear from you. I don't want this to be me just talking to myself or to a camera. I will if I have to until at least one person shows up, but I am here because I was made to create, as are you. So let's choose what we're going to create. Let's make sure we set up the scene. We get the small beginner items that we need, if any, to get started within 7 days. And then after you get those supplies within the same 7 days, you're going to, on another day, set a timer for 7 minutes. And all you're going to do is create. You're not going to worry about, is this right? Is this wrong? How? Don't get stuck in the how. Act now. I'm going to do something to just start. And then you can decide what you do from there. And in a month, I will check in, but I would love to, in the meantime, if you want to put pictures below, if it's possible, great. If not, find my links and on social media, tag me in your stories, tag me in your post. I would be grateful to encourage you alongside your journey, to cheer you on, and to continue doing life with you. Remember, it takes some time to create. Have a great day. And above all else, stay encouraged.